My name's Rachel Brand, and I'm a United States Marine, and I served our country for 6 years. Going to boot camp was a whole other experience. It wasn't something that I feel like I could really prepare for. I could prepare physically for it, but it was definitely more of a mental reconfiguration. As they built us through boot camp, I started to gain more and more pride. And when graduation came and all my family showed up, it was like, this is a game changer for me. My life is gonna be different from here on out. Once you actually get there and you smell the sand everywhere and you see the people, and this is not a comfortable place. This is real now. I guess before I got over there, I thought it was gonna be bad guys that we were dealing with, not innocent women and children. What I didn't know at the time is that I was pregnant with my daughter. I was in Qatar for a week by myself, and it was needed, I think, because I was able to kind of take in everything that happened for a week by myself pregnant and be like, what kind of mom do I want to be here? What type of morals do I want to give after what I just witnessed? And my number one goal now was not to be a Marine, it was to be a mom, and Marine second. And that's not how it works.
To go from a lot of structure where you have orders and a mission, and now it's like, where's my purpose? What do I do? That can be anxiety provoking.
With my PTSD, I go into bouts where I don't want to do anything. I don't want to call medical appointments. I don't want to deal with people. I don't like going to the VA because of, dealing with those men that would just kind of be like, yeah, okay, you're just dramatic or whatever. I didn't understand why I would be so happy to take my daughter to the park. And then within 15 minutes, I'd flip this angry switch and want to leave. I could see where I was. I knew I was at a park, but my mind could not distinguish that I wasn't back there. And she didn't understand either. She just wants to be there and play. And there are other times where I couldn't even take a hug or be touched from her because I am somewhere else in my mind. And the hard part is it's internal. So to everyone else, I look normal, maybe just a little irritated, but inside, I feel like I'm suffocating.
When you're there and on a mission, you're very focused on that. And you know that what you have to do, you're trained. And so naturally that training doesn't just go out the window. When you come home, it's still there. It's like deeply ingrained in these veterans, right? And so they often will react the same way.
Dakota's dad was going through court trying to get her back. So I kind of just had to swallow my pride at that time, and I ended up becoming homeless. I had to move into a motel, and we worked it out that he would take her full time until I could get back on my feet. I still didn't have a car at that time, so I was walking to work. I would get ice cubes in a bag. I had a sun hat, and I'd throw the ice cubes in it, and I'd put it over my head, and then I would get to In-N-Out, and I would be absolutely deprived, just so exhausted. There were a couple times where her dad couldn't take her to school, so he would drop her off with me, and I had to figure out a way to get there. So she rode her bike, I would run alongside her, and then when we got to the school, I would ride her bike back. She has taken on enough of being, the daughter of 2 Marines, and it's her time to shine, and it's her time for her parents to step up. And I needed to be the one to step up for her.
I think the military culture does not support asking for help. It's very uncomfortable, and it might bring up feelings of shame or humiliation or embarrassment.
In October 2023, I was relocating from Maryland to Arizona, and I had 2 vehicles. I only needed one to cross country. And I knew that Tom Eiseminger was an intricate part of VMLC out here in the Arizona area. So I contacted him. And within the hour, he returned my phone call and he said, Kathy, we do have someone. And he gave me a little bit of the backstory about Rachel, of her having to walk to work in the summer, and her not being able to connect with her daughter, who at that time was living somewhere else, and she didn't have the capabilities of doing that because she didn't have a car.
I heard, good news, you got approved for the car. And I wanted to like scream excitement, but I was so frozen with, I can't believe everything's about to change. I took her out to the mailbox and she found the key and was like, what's this? And then I pointed to the car and she started screaming in like excitement, and we got to the car. And I said, I'm taking you to school tomorrow. And we both looked at each other and we just started crying. And she told me that she was really proud of me.
If a veteran knows you care and a veteran feels heard, a veteran knows you're trying your best to help them, regardless of what the outcome is, they see that. They see your character and your willingness, and it gives them hope. And that hope it propels them.
They've seen things that we can't even imagine. They gave time up away from their families. It's our turn to return a gift, to be able to allow them the opportunities to come back and have what they need. And when we think about what the freedoms that we have and what the veterans have given to us while they were active in the military, give harder, because that's what they have done for us.
Thank you for your generosity. You really changed my life, Kathy, so thank you.